Hello, hi. Hope you're having a happy day. You've tuned into Healthy-ish, your podcast from Body and Soul. I am your host, Felicity Harley. Recently on bodyandsoul.com.au, we had a fitness story that went bananas. It went gangbusters. It was about micro workouts. Have you heard of these? It seems peculiar, right? Having micro and workout in the same sentence, but micro workouts are a thing, and apparently they can burn some serious kgs. To delve into this further, I asked Brodie Hicks, General Manager of Training at the Australian Institute of Fitness, who also appeared in our online story, to come on the pod and share his knowledge about micro workouts. Now, we keep our Healthy-ish episodes quite short, so if you want to hear my full chat with Brodie, where, yes, you guessed it, he goes deeper into micro workouts and gives us some great examples of things you can do at home, search for Extra Healthy-ish wherever you get your podcasts. Brodie, thank you so much for coming on Healthy-ish and nice to chat to you today. We're talking micro workouts. So what is a micro workout?
Oh, thanks very much for having me. So, yeah, look, micro workouts is they're essentially a shorter version of a standard HIIT session. Everyone's seen the HIIT sessions that have been made so popular by a lot of group exercise studios recently. And really a micro workout is a version of that, of those extended sessions that run for 30 to 45 minutes, sometimes up to 60 minutes. And essentially it's brought into a nice compact window for around about 8 to 12 minutes. And really it's designed so that anyone can get that really short, sharp burst of activity in pretty much any day. So
what are the benefits? We'll get to the downsides later because I'm sure there's a few, but what are the benefits of a micro workout?
Yeah, well, I suppose the thing that's straight off the bat is the time frame. You know, a lot of people look at an exercise regime and they think, how am I going to fit this into my busy day? I wake up at 5 a.m. I've got to get the kids ready for school. I've got to get ready for work, and we ship everyone off, do the big 9 to 5 and don't get home till 6:30, cook dinner. I know the daily struggle of that. So the thing that is really enticing about micro workouts is that short time period of 8 to 12 minutes. You know, even if it's after I've put the kids down to bed, I can quickly, do something at home that's really not going to take me that long, but still get that good solid sweat on. There's also a lot of benefits with regards to the actual physiology of the body when we do those short, sharp bursts. And it's all about increasing our metabolism, burning higher amounts of calories, obviously during the session, but also after the session as well. We see a great effect from the micro workouts as a result of that HIIT style training, even after we've finished exercising, and we're actually burning at an increased amount of calories in those 30 minutes, 45 minutes, even up to a couple of hours post-exercise. So we see a lot of benefits from both the physical activity itself, but also what happens after it.
Now, I mean, it sounds like a dream, right? Oh, I can do a workout in just 10 minutes. I mean, sign me up. But is it down to how hard you go? Like, do you actually need to just go all out until you're exhausted, you can barely breathe? Is that going to reap you the most amount of benefits?
Yeah, look, I mean, I would love to be able to sit here and say, no, look, we can just do a nice little stretch for 8 to 12 minutes and we're going to get a great big calorie increase. That being said, it's not the case. Unfortunately, it is largely the micro workouts really are based around that high intensity interval style workout. So it's not like you have to go right to the edge of your physical capacity where you're lying on the floor and you're gasping for air, but it is really about, pushing yourself pretty hard, getting a bit of a sweat on. You will get a bit of a sweat on in that 8 to 12 minutes, and making sure that the heart rate is increased because that's going to help us increase our metabolic rate. Yeah. So, I mean, if you do 5 of these a day, can they, and you're only doing, say, 2 HIIT sessions a week, can they almost replace this? Is this kind of a new form, a new version? Will you get the same kind of results? Yeah, look, I mean, if it's one of those things, whether it's 5 a day, 5 a days, you're probably going to be looking at 50 to an hour, 50 minutes to an hour. Yeah, that's probably a bit much, right? 5 a day. So it's probably one of those things where it's kind of, is it worthwhile me just going and doing the HIIT session if I'm going to have to do 5 a day? But that being said, some people might like to break their exercise up throughout the day. And at the end of the day, we can get similar to the same results as if we were doing 1 session per day versus 5 sessions per day, 5 shorter sessions per day. And in fact, there's probably an argument to be made that if we had the time and the ability to split it up into 5 high intensity bounce per day, we may even burn a few more calories, because we do get that, like I previously mentioned, that after effect of after we've actually exercised, we have that increased heart rate, that increased metabolic demand for that period of time. And we're constantly then going in and rehashing that every time we work out. So rather than just getting that one post-exercise booster, we're getting it 5 times. I would probably suggest that not too many people have the time to do that, but 2 or 3 times per day, we can still get really great results through doing potentially a morning, a midday, and an afternoon quick 8 to 10 minute burst of physical activity. That can most definitely replace a 30 to 45 minute HIIT session for sure. I
mean, I just have these visuals of, many people listening to this will probably still be in lockdown of, okay, after 1 hour of work, I've got to go out the backyard, do some push-ups, some burpees, whatever it may be. So really, it could be a great workout for those in lockdown. Now, can you give us an example of what a micro workout would look like or could look like?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad you brought up the lockdown, because I think this is where it becomes really enticing for a lot of people. And I would feel that micro workouts definitely do more lend themselves to those that aren't either can't or don't want to get themselves to a gym, because it's not going to really be worth your time if you're going to make the 20-minute drive out to the gym to do a 10-minute workout. So a lot of the time, these micro workouts are based around minimal equipment, body weight type exercises, or if you do have that minimal bit of equipment, you can obviously add that to those workouts. So anything body weight, and usually we try to make it as full body as possible, because the more muscle mass we use, the better it's going to be, and the bigger caloric expenditure we're going to see from that workout. So for example, it could be something as simple as doing 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, and we could alternate between different body weight movements. So it could be jump squats for the first 20 seconds, and then after that 10 seconds rest, we could go into alternating lunges. And you might do that 8 times. So we're looking at around about 4 minutes. You might give yourself a minute rest where you go and grab yourself a drink and do that again. And that will end up being around about 9 to 10 minutes worth of exercise. We can obviously flick it around, and we can add in upper body movements. So you might want to go from your jump squats into push-ups if you want to add in an upper body movement. It really is up to you as to how you want to lay it out. But the key is that it is interval in nature. So we don't want to look at it as if we're going to do 10 minutes of continuous movement the entire period of time. There's periods of work, and then there's periods of rest. So anything that you choose to do, whether it's running, whether it's like I just mentioned, the jump squats and the push-ups, or even if you're choosing pieces of equipment like a barbell or some dumbbells or kettlebells, if you've got them lying around, you want to split them up into a work and a rest. Anything around that 20 seconds to 30 seconds of work with anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds of rest, and doing that multiple times over, that's kind of your magic number as to what you're looking for.
Yeah, I like that, Brody. You actually make it sound really easy. So hopefully it inspires a few listeners to give it a go. Thank you so much for coming on Healthy-ish.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me.
Hey, I hope you like this chat with Brody. If you want more info, you can jump online and look up that story on micro workouts. I'll leave that link in the show notes. And if you want more from Brody, again, he appears on Extra Healthy-ish, where he goes deeper into micro workouts. Extra Healthy-ish, that other podcast of ours, we publish that every morning, Monday to Thursday. If you want more info about that or anything else health and fitness related, jump on to bodyandsoul.com.au or follow us on Instagram or Facebook. Thanks again for joining us, and if you have a moment, we'd be so grateful if you could jump on and rate, review and subscribe to this podcast. And until tomorrow, stay healthy-ish.